Hey, thanks everybody for joining us today. Live Music Nation podcast. I'm your host, Jake Gill, Festival Edition. Today we're with Janet Gamache. She is from Mount Dora. They host the Viva La Vida Festival and many others through the year. We're going to touch on a lot of them. Thanks for joining us, Janet.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Janet, give us a little background on you. Where'd you grow up? Talk just a little bit about your family and career.
Okay, well, I'm from the Northeast, up near upstate New York and Pennsylvania, and moved down to Florida because of the weather. Down here in Florida, I started a restaurant and trying to get some business to the restaurant in our area. I started an event called Pause for Mount Dora. We used dogs that went to different businesses in town, and I created it with a cute guy in town. Really just did it to kind of get to know him. And all these years later, it's been about 15 years later, we are a pretty good sized festival organization right now. I have a website. It's actually called Festivals with Janet. So from that Pause for Mount Dora, we started working on the Mount Dora Craft Fair in Mount Dora, Florida, which is about 30 miles north of Orlando. And it was already pretty well known. It ranked in the top 200 top festivals in the United States. And over the years, Brian and I eventually started working together closely on that event under Visit Mount Dora.
Janet, so did you get the cute guy? Everybody's going to want to know. Did you get the cute guy?
Yeah, he's still around. We keep festivals going. That's kind of like the glue that keeps us together.
You baited him in with two dogs in a festival. That's awesome. Okay, very good.
Yeah. So there's definitely perks to it. So the craft fair we worked on together, and now we basically run that festival, and it was ranked the #1 arts and craft festival in the United States by Sunshine Artist Magazine, which is pretty good accolades in the arts festival world. So we're happy about that. We also do other events in Mount Dora, Florida, like the Mount Dora Spring Show, the Blueberry Festival. We do the Plant and Garden Fair in November every year. And so over the last 15 years, Brian and I have also been picked up, I should say, by other cities. We coordinate festivals for the city of Longwood and also for the city of Orlando. So we're pretty into the festival scene, big city festivals, actually. So since then,
why festivals, Janet? Why is that such a passion for you?
Festivals are really important to the community because they really bring positive economic impact to the town and all the businesses. So being a former business owner myself in town, I understood the importance of how much marketing goes into festivals. Anytime anybody does a festival, I think that a lot of chambers of commerces and cities create festivals just so that all the word out there will get people to come into town, not just for that day or that weekend, but also to support the town in the future, because people will come into the festival for that day and then look around and say, wow, what a cute town, let's come back. And then months later, they might come back and they'll spend their dollars eating at restaurants and at hotels or bed and breakfast, and it just helps to drive dollars into the economy. So any city or town that has a group of people that want to bring events really should support that. A lot of times there's a lot of pushback on festivals and how many people they bring to town, but really the overall impact is way more positive than the negative, oh, I can't find a parking spot that weekend.
Janet, where'd you go to college at?
Actually, Harvard Kennedy Business School. So
okay, so
my background actually. So
this strategy that you're talking about, you can take it all the way back to high school and college. If you wanted to be popular and you wanted to have all the friends, what did you do? You had a party. We call it host of the party, right? And so that's exactly what you're doing for all of these towns that need businesses to come in. They want people to move there. You host a party, and that's exactly what you guys have done on a much larger scale than a college campus or a high school party. But that's perfect. I love it.
Exactly. And so now really my real job is I'm the executive director of the Mount Dora Center for the Arts. And so trying to bring economic viability to the center itself. I've only been doing this for 2 years. Well, how do you fundraise? You ask money for donations from people, and you do fundraising, capital campaigns. And so one of the ideas that I came up with this year was to create this Viva La Frida festival. And so it celebrates diversity in art through performing arts, music, culture, food, and Hispanic culture. So it hits all these great, fun, wonderful aspects in our community. And we're going to have our first one this year, September 30th, downtown Mount Dora, right here in Donnelly Park, out the window behind me. And it's going to be a great festival with some, well, go ahead. You go on and ask me the questions that you love to ask all the festivals.
So really just the 3 questions. What is it going to look like? What is it going to smell like, meaning food? And what is it going to sound like, meaning music?
Well, it's going to be a high energy festival, and it's going to be filled with all kinds of performing arts from the Hispanic culture. Not only are we going to have your typical, like you think of salsa bands, and we're going to also have Latin funk. We're going to have jazz bands. We are also going to have the Orlando Ballet come up, and Orlando Opera, I'm sorry, and they're going to actually do a performance of the Viva Frida Kahlo and the Bravest Little Girl in the World, which is a piece of their opera that they'll be bringing up here to Mount Dora later on in the fall. So it's really going to be a diverse festival with lots of fun energy. We have a Frida festival as far as the costumes. We'll have a contest. We're going to have a piñata contest for the best design piñatas. They're going to vote on it and make them different high school for their different piñatas.
Oh, that's
the food, obviously, we're going to have food from, we have Ecuador food from Ecuador, from Mexico, Cuban, all kinds of Latin flavors out there. And we're going to have a VIP tequila tasting area for our VIP.
2 questions that I ask in every interview, because I am in live entertainment full time. I like to survey the nation. Janet, what is the best concert you've ever been to your entire life?
Ooh, that's a tough one depending on the time of my life. But country music is my favorite kind of music. But I'd have to say most recently, my favorite concert was, you probably never even heard of them, is Postmodern Jukebox, because they take all kinds of country music, classic rock, and they twist it with a 40s kind of music. It's beautiful the way that they do that.
That's perfect. That'd be a fantastic show. Okay, dead or alive, you could bring one musical act to raise money in for the Mount Dora Center for the Arts. Who would you bring?
Besides you?
Goodbye, Jude.
You would bring, you would bring like 8,000 people, wouldn't you?
yeah, but you know Taylor Swift would bring like 500,000.
Yeah, I know. Well, Taylor Swift, we couldn't. The town would be we couldn't handle that.
Oh.
You're gonna hate me for this. No,
okay.
I'm not gonna say it. Who would I like to see, or who would the Mount Dora Center for the Arts like? Right, they're totally different.
Who would you like to see? If you could bring one act, dead or alive, who would you bring?
You'll kill me for that. No, so because we also have done music concerts. So we've had Charlie Daniels, and we've had the Johns here, and Winona, and Travis Tritt. So we've had some really great acts here. So don't kill me, Morgan Wallen.
Oh, that'd be perfect. Yeah. No, that would be perfect. Absolutely. Absolutely. No, that'd be great. That'd be great. Okay, I've been a little selfish, Janet. I've been asking all the questions all morning long. What's a question that you would ask me?
How do I get all your people to come over to Mount Dora and check out one of our festivals?
Book a show. That's easy. That's easy. Yeah, you just book us. Good question. Janet, how do people find out more about what's going on at the Mount Dora Center for Arts?
Okay, they can go to mountdoraart.org.
That's perfect. Guys, check them out. Janet, thanks for being on with us today. I appreciate you.
All right, thanks for doing this. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
See you later.
Well, baby, I'm on it.